All right, just to kind of get everyone on the know of what's going on, of course, this week is Child Passenger Safety Week 2025. It kicked off on the 21st. It's going to carry on through the rest of this week, but I am joined now with one of our experts to kind of talk us through some of the things that we need to know regarding this week and how we can best use it to benefit us and our families and our safety, of course. This is Laura Dunn. She is with the National Highway Safety Administration. Of course, we're talking kids safety. How are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. I know there's a lot for us to talk about when it comes to children and safety while in the car. I know car seats and booster seats is a big one. What is some of the goals that we have this year from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration for this week?
So, this week we want to remind every parent and caregiver of the importance of using the right seat for your child's age and size, and then using that seat every trip, every time. And also, once you've selected that right seat for your child, it's really important to make sure that your seat is installed correctly. So, there's all kinds of events going on this week to help parents with hands on education.
Talk me through some of the events that you're hosting. Is it just, sitting and talking one on one with parents, or is this kind of like an education for everybody?
So, Seat Check Saturday is happening on Saturday, September 27th, and there will be lots of car seat check events happening throughout the country with local certified child passenger safety technicians. So, these are members of law enforcement, first responders, fire EMS, local public health agencies, healthcare organizations. All of those folks are going to provide free one on one education for parents to learn about their seat and how to install it correctly in their vehicle.
I know ultimately the goal here is to keep our kiddos safe, and I know we all know that there are many preventable deaths that could be avoided every year. Can you help us kind of put our mind around the numbers, not just in the US, but here in Texas?
So, some perspective for parents and caregivers out there. In 2023, there was an average of 3 children killed and an estimated 442 children injured every day in traffic crashes nationally. But one thing I want to impress upon parents is car seats and booster seats are the best tools that we have to keep kids safe in a crash. And when installed correctly, they're enormously effective and can reduce the risk of fatal injury in a crash by 71% for infants and 54% for toddlers.
So again, it's all about knowing your numbers, keeping your kids safe, and knowing the tools that are there to help keep them safe. Now, when it comes to car seats and boosters, what are some of the common blind spots that some parents just may not be aware of, or that can often get overlooked when either installing or just keeping safety in mind for their children in the car?
So, some common errors that we see are having a loose harness, harnesses that are too loose. We want them to be snug but not uncomfortable, and that chest clip at the armpit level for children who are wearing a harness car seat. Not using your tether if you have a forward facing car seat. Make sure you look at your vehicle owner's manual where that tether goes and install that when you have a child who's riding forward facing. Another thing that parents should be aware of and that we commonly see skipped are booster seats. Parents have a hard time, I think, rationalizing why do I have to use this booster seat? And in reality, seatbelts are designed for adults, and that booster seat boosts the child up so that seatbelt fits them properly across the strongest parts of their body to give them optimum protection in a crash.
Now, when it comes to purchasing the right car seat or the right booster, what are some of the key things that parents need to look out for? Because, like with even with clothes, it doesn't mean just because they're in this age range doesn't quite fit them. It all depends on the child.
Right. Child passenger safety is very size based. So you want to make sure that whatever car seat you're purchasing, your child fits within those height and weight parameters of that car seat. We have a cool tool on our website called the NHTSA Car Seat Finder tool, and you can input your child's age, weight, and height, and the output will give you lots of different options for your children that are appropriate, that are for sale here in the United States.
I don't have children myself, but I do have friends that are, having kids, trying to find that right baby car seat and everything else. One thing that they brought up to me that I thought was very interesting was car seats expire. Can you kind of explain what that means? Because, you don't think of a chair or a seat going out of date.
Right. Car seat manufacturers set expiration dates for their seats. They call it, kind of the useful working life of the car seat is Average is 6 to 8 years, but some of the larger seats, the all-in-one car seats, have expiration dates that approach more like 10 years. So the manufacturers want to make sure that all of the parts are in good working order and make sure that the children are optimally protected by the latest safety advances.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't quite remember where I heard this. If a car seat was involved in a crash, or it just so happened to be in a car when a crash happened, does that make it not usable in the future?
Not necessarily. Parents and caregivers want to check with their car seat manufacturer to see what they say about that crash situation. Some minor crashes, it's okay to keep using, but the final word is with that car seat manufacturer. So if you're ever in that situation, give them a call. Their information is on the side of the car seat.
Perfect. Now, again, this Saturday coming up as National Seat Check Saturday. You had mentioned just moments ago about some of the events that are going on. How can we find more about events taking place right here in our neighborhood?
We encourage folks to visit our website, nhtsa.gov/the right seat. And we have an inspection station locator tool. You can put your zip code in there and it'll give you events that are happening near you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Laura Dunn with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. We appreciate you coming on to kind of, clear the air, kind of give us, a nice ground running start to trying to make sure our kids are safe in the vehicle. Thank you so much.